Sambano, namek Luke Distelhorst gedik, nuturbi Mongolia gedik no monshin. Hi, my name is Luke Distelhorst. I'm an Edmonds School District parent, community volunteer, and I serve on the Edmonds City Council. As part of the Edmonds School District May theme for Asian American, Pacific Islander, and Native Hawaiian Heritage Month, I'm going to be reading the book Mongolia. I chose this book because I spent 5 years living in Mongolia and my family is Mongolian. So I thought it would be a good opportunity to provide Edmonds School District students and parents with an opportunity to learn about Mongolia. So Mongolia is a landlocked country in Asia. Russia borders it to the north and China sits to its south. Mongolia is not even half the size of Russia or China. However, it is still a very large country. It is approximately 603,000 square miles. The largest city is the capital, Ulaanbaatar. It lies in north-central Mongolia. Between the late 17th and early 20th centuries, China ruled Mongolia. Back then, it was called Outer Mongolia. A part of China here is still called Inner Mongolia today, but Mongolia is an independent country. Three mountain ranges rise in the Mongolian landscape. The largest is the Altai Mountains in the western end. Forests and lakes are scattered in northern Mongolia. The Gobi Desert covers the southern third of Mongolia. One of Mongolia's most unique land features is a vast plain. Nearly half of Mongolia is covered in this dry region called the steppe. It's very similar to parts of eastern Washington or Montana. Weather in Mongolia is extreme. Northern winters can reach minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Summers in the south are often over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds sweep across much of the land. Most days are sunny, but a dust storm, snowstorm, or rainstorm can move in fast and also happen almost any time of the year. The Gobi Desert spans 500,000 square miles. It covers parts of China and Mongolia. The Gobi is dry and dusty, but does not have many large dunes of sand. Few plants live there. Saxaul trees survive by storing water underneath their bark. Summers in the Gobi are hot, but the desert can also be very cold, with winter temperatures often below 0 degrees Fahrenheit. The Gobi Desert is home to animals that have adapted to the cold, dry climate. Jerboas, which are like kangaroo rats, wolves, and marbled polecats make up some of this desert's wildlife. Long ago, dinosaurs also used to live where the Gobi is today. The desert has preserved fossils of their eggs and bones, and some of the best geological dinosaur digs are in the Gobi Desert. Despite the dry landscape, a lot of wildlife roams Mongolia. Gazelles, saiga antelopes, and other deer are common. Snow leopards, here, are found in the mountains, and wolves can be found everywhere. All kinds of birds make home in Mongolia. Birds of prey such as eagles and hawks often eat desert rodents. The steppe supports cranes, partridges, and larks. Mongolia is also home to a few very rare animals. The world's only true wild horse, the Przewalski horse, or Tech, comes from Mongolia. The Gobi bear and the two-humped Bactrian camel are native to the Gobi Desert. The country is working hard to keep these animals alive and well. Mongols are native people of the land. Most citizens of Mongolia today come from the traditional, or Halch, culture and speak Mongolian dialects. Small groups from nearby areas also make the country their home. Turkic, Russian, and Chinese backgrounds are the most common. Urban areas often use English and Russian as second and third languages. More than half of all Mongolians are Buddhists. Islam and Christianity and a traditional faith of shamanism are also followed and practiced in the country. For much of the 1900s, Mongolians could not practice religion freely. Many Mongolians today still do not claim any official religion. However, all Mongolians are known for their hospitality. They help one another survive in a tough climate. Sharing meals and stories with strangers is not uncommon. And here are a few words if you'd like to practice speaking Mongolian. Hello, sambaino, can also mean hi, how are you? Goodbye, bayirte. Yes, team. No, ugui. Thank you, bayirsa. And friend, nads. About a third of Mongolia's population lives a simple nomadic lifestyle. And they may say simple, but it's a very, very difficult lifestyle. They move their homes with the livestock that they herd, which can often be sheep, goats, cows, yaks, camels, and horses. Circular tents called gers, this is a ger, sometimes called a yurt in North America, are the traditional Mongolian home. Nomads can pack up their gers and move in just a few hours. Still, a majority of Mongolia's population lives in or near some of the bigger cities. There, most people live in small apartments, and some people still live in gers around the outside of the cities. There are not many paved roads in Mongolia. One railroad runs through the country from north to south and actually runs all the way from Beijing in China to Europe. Most people travel on horses, camels, or small motorbikes. If people travel in cars, they always take a spare tire and extra parts because the roads are very bumpy, very rocky, and very sandy as well. You can see a traditional nomadic family here moving their home with livestock. Almost everyone in Mongolia can read and write, have a very high literacy rate. Still, Mongolia keeps improving its educational system. Education is free for grades 1 through 12, and the government is working to add more preschool programs. In primary school, the children learn reading and writing in Mongolian and basic math. They may learn some English or Russian as well. Secondary schools teach those skills as well as science and subjects necessary for higher education. Primary and secondary schools often share the same buildings. One group of students meets in the morning and the other in the afternoon. And I actually spent a year and a half studying at the National University of Mongolia and the Humanities University of Mongolia. So work in Mongolia is changing. Some livestock herders still live their nomadic lives in the countryside, but many also raise goods to sell in the city. More people are beginning to work in manufacturing. They make wool, cashmere, and leather goods. And additionally, gold, coal, and copper mines operate in Mongolia. Under Russian control, many teachers, doctors, and veterinarians came from Russia. Now Mongolians serve in these jobs. Tourism is another new opportunity for service jobs. Hotel workers, travel guides, and cooks provide for guests who travel and visit Mongolia. Mongolians enjoy storytelling and visiting over meals. Traditional sports such as archery, horse racing, and wrestling are favorite pastimes. Mongolians have also invented many games using ankle bones of sheep and goats. They roll them like dice, flick them, and toss them. Basketball and video games are also becoming increasingly popular in the country. Mongolians also have unique traditional music. A square two-stringed fiddle is a symbol of Mongolia, called a horsehead fiddle, or morinhur. A horse head is carved out of the handle. Throat singers often play the instruments while they perform. These musicians can sing low and high tones at the same time, and the sounds mimic nature. So you can look up humi, or throat singing, if you would like to hear it. Meat and dairy are the main foods for Mongolians. This comes from their nomadic lifestyle and the livestock that they raise. The people follow the animals and could not stay put to tend gardens. And also in the very harsh climate, it's very difficult to grow fruits and vegetables. Today, beef, mutton, which is sheep, goat, and wild game, such as gazelle, are common meats. Cheese, yogurt, and curds are favorite dairy products. Sutetse, which means tea with milk, is a salty milk tea and is the traditional drink of Mongolia. Mongolians do often eat potatoes, carrots, and onions in a dish called horhug. Chunks of meat and vegetables are cooked with hot stones in a tin can or an animal hide, and it's a favorite dish to have during the summertime as a picnic. Bots, or steamed dumplings, are popular as well. Mongolia has a few national holidays. Under Russian control, its people did not celebrate their special days because of government restrictions. Even so, Mongolians have a few proud traditions. Tsagantsar, which is white moon, is the Mongolian Lunar New Year. This celebration of family history lasts for 15 days. People wear new traditional style clothes, and they share a lot of food and stories as they visit all their families and relatives. Mongolia's Revolution Day is celebrated on July 11th with the Nadam Festival. It's a 3-day festival centered around horse racing, wrestling, and archery, which are traditionally called the Three Manly Games. But there are many women participants as well. The country also recently created a National Pride Day on November 23rd to honor historic ruler Chinggis Khan, or Genghis Khan, in North America. Kazakh eagle hunters. Hunting with eagles has been passed down for generations of Mongolian Kazakhs. When a boy is 13, he takes a young golden eagle from its nest. He feeds it and trains it to be his hunting partner. On the hunt, the eagle's eyes are covered until the hunter spots prey, such as a fox. He then whistles and uncovers the eagle. The eagle catches the prey, and the pair share the meat. The eagle lives with the hunter and his family for about 8 years. Then the eagle is released to live out the rest of its life in the wild. Eagle hunting is just one of the many ways Mongolians show pride in their culture. And there's a very good movie called The Eagle Huntress about a young woman who is an eagle hunter in Western Mongolia. And just a few last things about Mongolia. The population is about 3 million people, so less than half the size of Washington state. This is Mongolian money. The currency is called tugrug. And this is the flag of Mongolia. And if you'd like to learn more, Snow Isle Libraries has various books and movies available. In addition to The Eagle Huntress, Cave of the Yellow Dog and Story of the Weeping Camel are two very well-known and popular movies that take place in Mongolia. So thanks for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed this.